We love when Meat Boss is here. Chelsea, tell us a little bit more.
Oh yeah, Joe, it smells so good. They're making a smoked chicken pot pie this morning. We got owner Benny Chinnis with us and Chef Leah Lott. We'll also tell you about Cuisine for Kids here in just a second. Guys, good morning to you.
Good morning.
We're so glad to have you. I love when you're in the kitchen. It smells up the whole studio. And of course, it's the best of the best. So Leah, what are we making this morning and how do we get started with it?
Well, we're going to make a chicken pot pie, and obviously we're going to use Meat Boss chicken because it's really good. And so Benny's going to cut the chicken, and I'm going to start mixing everything up. You can buy our chicken whole like this, and then we've got like an example of, you can also buy it pulled already, so it's a little bit easier because sometimes it's messy to pull whole chicken. But so I'm going to go ahead and start mixing this up.
All right, and we're going to get
he'll pull the chicken.
Benny, okay, so tell me your technique with this. I've never cut a whole chicken before.
Well, I mean, it's fairly easy. You just got to take off the legs, take off the thighs, and then you can cut the breast off. And so a lot of people want just white meat in their chicken salad or chicken pot pie or whatever. So you can get just the breast at Meat Boss, smoked, boneless chicken breast. But with this, we want to get some of the dark meat too, so we'll take the thighs off and the legs and include that in with what she's mixing up now.
All right, well, easy peasy there. Leah, tell me what you're mixing with the chicken pot pie filler there.
So this is just a vegetable mix, and then we have all the good stuff, butter, obviously, and then heavy cream, milk, all-purpose flour. You're kind of, it's like a one-pot thing, so you can do it on the stove and make a roux and do all that, but we like to make it easy for everybody and just mix it all up in one thing.
And it looks like you're making a lot of it too, so maybe that big mixing bowl is, lucky for us, a lot of it, so maybe that mixing bowl is what you need. All right, let's talk about Cuisine for Kids real quick, and you're gonna learn more in the second segment with Mark from Renaissance Bank and Joe, but why are you guys passionate about that and wanting to be a part of Cuisine for Kids and Child Advocacy Center?
Well, we are involved with some people who are involved with the Child Advocacy Center. Of course, it's a good cause. We're helping the people who can't really help themselves, and that's what Child Advocacy is all about. And so we're very proud to be a part of such a good cause.
Yeah, and you just saw some information on your screen. Again, we're going to explain how it all works here coming up in the next couple minutes. Before we go, I do want to talk about some of your locations. If someone wants to come see you guys for lunch or dinner, pick up a chicken this afternoon, tell me where you're located in your hours.
We're at 5401 Cottage Hill Road. That's just the other side of University Boulevard. Today we'll open at 10 o'clock and we close at 6. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday and Saturday we do breakfast, and we close at 2 on Saturday.
All right, and I've heard I haven't tried it for myself, but I heard the breakfast is out of this park. I know from our producer Allison, every Thanksgiving with her family, she gets a smoked turkey from you guys, and she literally cannot rave enough about it either. So always great food, and then they're giving back. So we'll tell you how to eat at Meat Boss and what you can order, all for a great cause. We'll have more of that coming up on Studio 10, Joe.
Welcome back into the Studio 10 kitchen. We are very excited about what we're working on today with the folks from Meat Boss. We have Leah here. Leah, good to see you. We also have Mark here from Renaissance Bank, the chairman of Cuisine for Kids. We're going to talk all about that as well. So Mark, we'll get to that in just a bit. First, let's check in on our chicken pot pie. What have we done so far, Leah?
So far we've mixed up all of the bottom part, the pie part, and then we're going to work on the crust part. So this is Bisquick.
Okay.
A staple in the Southern house. I think everybody has Bisquick. It's not how I make my biscuits at home, but it is how I make my biscuit topping. Okay. It's just the easiest way to do it. And so we've got Bisquick, milk, and eggs. And then we mix it up, put it on top.
So is the smoked chicken pot pie something you can order if you go to Meat Boss?
Not right now, but especially for cruising for the kids.
Cuisine for Kids?
Thank you. Cruising for the kids. That's what I was going to rename it. Next Tuesday. We're going to serve it next Tuesday.
How about that? All right, so let's talk about Cuisine for Kids now. It is on Tuesday, January 25th. Mark, tell us how this whole program works.
Sure. So the 25th is a day that folks can go out into the community and support fighting child abuse at the Child Advocacy Center with those participating restaurants for Cuisine for Kids. And so I'd encourage anybody to get out on Tuesday next week, and you can look at the Facebook page for Child Advocacy Center, their website, find out the participating restaurants, but we've got over 30 individual participating restaurants this year, so it should be a good success.
For the folks who are going to go patron one of those restaurants next Tuesday, do they need to say they are there on behalf of Cuisine for Kids for it to be applied to that, or it just is?
No, all they have to do is show up, which is the best part, and so they'll donate part of those proceeds they raise that day to the Child Advocacy Center, and so we're excited about it, and it's supposed to be another good year this year for us.
Well, that's great. So tell us a little bit about how Renaissance Bank got involved with the Child Advocacy Center in the first place.
Sure. So Renaissance Bank, I'm the market president, and we've been fortunate enough to be the presenting sponsor for 5 or 6 years, and I just enjoy giving back to the community, and like you said, so I've chaired the committee for Cuisine for Kids that whole time.
Well, that's great. And I'll give you the opportunity, too, to tell the folks about Renaissance Bank.
Sure. Well, we're in 2 locations in Mobile, and then we've got one in Baldwin County, and we're almost a 120-year-old institution, and we're here to serve the needs of the community. So.
Well, that sounds great. Leah, checking in with you. What have you done over here?
I just mixed it up, so you can really make it however you want to, so we put a recipe out there, but if you want to do more like drop biscuits, you add more Bisquick, obviously, but this is more like we're going to just pour it on, and then when you bake it, it'll rise, to the top and be more like a dough.
Gotcha.
So you can make it with a crust or whatever, but we're going to do it with the dough.
Are there any tips as to how much I know some recipes you want to mix it real thin, some you want to leave it a little bit clumpy. Tell us about that.
Well, the good thing about Bisquick is that you can't mess it up. So
perfect.
If you make it too thin or too thick, it's still going to be biscuit-like.
Well, so we've mentioned before our producer Allison, who always gets her turkey for Thanksgiving from you guys. What are some of the go-to items if you go to Meat Boss? What are some of your most popular items on the menu?
Well, our most popular item is probably the brisket, beef brisket, or probably the beef brisket or the pork butt. So you can get it by the pound, you can get it whole, you can get it on a sandwich or on a spud, or anyway.
So breakfast options as well. I've heard you guys have a fantastic burger too.
Yes, our hamburgers are very good. Our Boss Burger. And so we have breakfast 2 days a week. You can get all of our meats on a biscuit or on a big Boss. And it is as big as it sounds.
It's a big boss.
It is a big boss.
Hey, I wanted to ask you before we go, this ribbon poultry rub that you guys sell here, I like what you wrote here. It takes your ribbon poultry from meh to magnificent.
It's very true.
To magnificent.
And we actually put some of that in our chicken pot pie.
All right, that sounds good. So if you're looking for something to spice up your recipes, you can check this out. This is a cool little truck display here too.
Thank you.
All right, so Cuisine for Kids next Tuesday. When we come back, we're going to finish up our smoked chicken pot pie with the folks from Meat Boss. Mark, thank you so much for being here and for what you do for Cuisine for Kids and the Child Advocacy Center as well.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, sounds good. Chelsea.
Welcome back to Studio 10. We're making smoked chicken pot pie with Meat Boss. We got owner Benny Chinnis with Leah Lott here. Guys, we're so thankful to have you. We're also telling you about Cuisine for Kids, and we're almost done with this pot pie.
Yes, almost. All we got to do is put it together. I always tell people who don't really cook a lot, or, girls who just gotten married and they want to cook stuff, but they really haven't grown up cooking, I always tell them to start with casseroles, because all it is dumping it and putting it in the oven, and you can't mess it up.
No, and you can eat on it for a couple days.
Exactly. And it's easy and it's fast, especially if you don't have to boil a whole chicken. You can go down to your local Meat Boss and pick one up.
And let me tell you, I've been eating on this. I told them this is the most beautiful. We'll show you the finished product here in just a second. It's literally the most beautiful chicken pot pie I've ever seen in the casserole dish, but it also tastes so good. I've been eating a couple bites here and there, and so we want to tell you how you can get it, and this is a special only happening next Tuesday for Cuisine for Kids.
Correct. Tuesday we'll be open 10 to 6. We'll be offering this as a entree. We're also offering it if you want to pre-order. You can get a whole one to take home with you, and
that's the way to do it.
So and come out and support the Cuisine for Kids.
Yeah, and we just want to mention too why you guys want to be a part of it. You guys are a local business and started local, and so it's really cool to see you giving back too.
Right. We try to support the community. This is one of the best ways to support. like I said, helping people who really can't help themselves.
Yeah, really important. You can check out their Facebook on Meat Boss. I just checked it out. They have their breakfast menu, lunch menu, everything you can get. You guys were just talking to me about breakfast too. I do want to mention a few of the breakfast items you have on Fridays and Saturdays. Folks can eat there, right?
Right, and you can get any of our meats on a biscuit, on a wrap, in a bowl with home fries or grits, and it's a meal in itself.
All right, well, I know where you will be on Friday and Saturday morning. Now, if you don't have breakfast plans, you know where to go. Okay, how long should we keep this guy in the oven? When they pick it up Tuesday, is it already cooked all the way?
It'll be already cooked.
Yeah, and you
Maybe.
can get it for lunch. We'll have portions of it, but then you can also get a whole one like that. It'll be in a throwaway pan. But it all depends on your oven. I always say, around about a time, but it could take, 15, anywhere 15, even 20 minutes longer sometimes. So I say 30 minutes, but until the biscuit dough is done. Because everything in the bottom's cooked, chicken's cooked, everything. So when the biscuit's done, it'll be bubbly and it'll be wonderful. Oh,
it's so good, you guys. Again, call ahead if you do want to order a whole chicken, some kind of meat. This chicken just truly makes a chicken pot pie. When I make it at home, it's just boiled and the flavor is off. But with this, it's a totally different story. So for more information about Cuisine for Kids and how you guys are a part of it, do you have a website folks can visit?
Meatboss.com.
All right, guys, we're so thankful that you're here with us this morning. Hopefully we have you back on Studio 10 really soon. We're going to have more information on this recipe, Meat Boss and Cuisine for Kids, on our website, fox10tv.com. Joe, I got something better to tell you about, and it's the smoked chicken pot pie, you guys. Meat Boss, you can only get it next Tuesday for Cuisine for Kids. It's one of the best I've ever had.